Hey, how's it going, guys? In this video, I'm going to be showing you trend lines, channels, market structure, retests, a little bit more advanced stuff. We haven't gone into quarter point theory yet. A little bit later. Just going to show you a little bit of Fibonacci, just a little bit. Okay, so let's start off with the basics. Trend lines. All right, trend lines. What are trend lines? A trend line is a slanted line that you use on a up or down market, otherwise known as bull market, bear market. All you're trying to do is connect uh, the points during the trend, the higher lows basically on the uptrend, and the lower highs on the downtrend. All right. You can also use it for pennant formations, triangles, all that fun stuff. All right. So you first start off with the basics. A trend line, all you need is 2 points. 1, 2, run it through. That's all you need to remember. 1, 2, run it through. All right. So I'm going to start off right here. 1. I'm going to pick that point right here, and then I'm going to run it through. 1, 2, run it through. Boom. I'll change the color for you guys, make it purple, not pink. A little bit easier to see, right? Pink is a little bit easier to see. All right, so pink, this trend line, right? The market was following it, and then when it finally broke through, we got that retest. That's where you're looking for. That's when you're looking for that's when you're looking for it to go the opposite way of where the trend was going. So let's say you're in an uptrend, you have a nice trend line, it's been following it, you finally get a breakthrough, all you do is wait for the retest, and that's when you look to get in. All right, so first let me actually start labeling out. All right, all you need to do to remember on the trend line is 1, 2, run it through. Simple. A point, B point, run it through. All right, higher low right here. Higher low. Higher low. Higher low. Higher low right here. Finally get a breakthrough, and then we start getting lower highs. Lower high. Change it to red. Boom. Lower high. Get a lower high right here. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and then finally breaks it. Boom. Alright, so lower highs, and we'll do lower lows right here. So we finally get a higher low right here. Can we do a lower low? Alright, that's a low right here, and then this made a lower low, right? But it was a fake out because obviously we're still in an uptrend. This is just a minor correction, right? But you can also do it. Watch, let me change the trend line color. Alright, so now that we labeled that out, I'll do a few more circles for you guys right here. Okay, so this is the uptrend. This is the correction, right? This is possibly the start of a downtrend. All we're going to do now is use our basic Fibonacci knowledge. I'm going to use a Fibonacci retracement from this low to that high of this uptrend. I'm going to run it through. Right away, notice that we have a near miss, the 61.8. All right. For Fibonacci, 61.8 is a very important number. We'll go more into that in the next lesson. It's just showing you that right here is a nice support for the market, so we could possibly be going back into an uptrend, right? This is a heavy uptrend. This is just a minor correction, possibly. And then it looks like it's because these lower highs got broken right here, so that's how I'm telling you. Might be going into an uptrend. So let me see. Boom. Yep, already broke above our zone, right? Our weekly zone. Remember from the first video, already broke above and it broke these highs. So using our horizontal line tool, remember this one? It broke above. We're going into an uptrend, it looks like. once again, right? So if you're gonna project off the Fibonacci like this, let's say you put a buy somewhere in here. As soon as it broke through, you put a buy. Your take profit would be, watch, let me show you. I should put a buy in here. Say I put a buy right when it broke through. My take profit is going to be, watch, there's two ways to measure the Fibonacci. You can either do ABCD pattern. An ABCD pattern will be the equal measurement from this. Let's say this up move will be an equal up move again back into the uptrend off the 61.8, or you can do it measuring the basics like this. Watch, measuring the overall move, the 127. All you do is start from the low, use your Fibonacci extension, start from this low up to that high, run it all the way back down. You see that 127? That's your take profit would have been. Alright. If you took a trade somewhere in here and you're going back into the uptrend, you can just target that 127. That's your take profit, right? So like this. Let's say we're right here. You can put your take profit right under it. A little bit under it. I was just a little bit under it. Alright, like this. Watch. Let me zoom in. Play it through. We got a break of the trend line. Looks like correction from the uptrend, right? We'll measure it out. Looks like we got a failed near the 61.8. Right at the 50, it rested there, spiked down, 61.8 near miss, pull back up, breaks these lower highs. We're going back into the uptrend. It flattens out right here, flattens out to the bottom as well, and then it makes higher lows. So let me actually copy these. Copy this right here. Whoops. See these higher lows? See how the market keeps going down there, but it keeps making higher lows? And it's flattened out at the top, so it's not making any newer highs. And then you finally get a break. Boom, that's where we put our trade in. And then I measure out the Fibonacci, the overall move. It's going to be a 127, my take profit. And boom, right underneath it, we got a hit. Take profit gets hit. All right, very simple. Very, very simple. All right. And your second take profit would have been the 1618. But those are huge targets, all right? It's a little bit bigger target. I like to take profit at the 127. That's where banksters take profit. All right, 127 to 1618. All right, notice at the 1618, that's when we got that top, when it topped off, and then boom, it started dropping. There's a correction move. So let me actually zoom in. Let me actually do a trend line up, and then when we see when it breaks through, we're going into a downtrend. Watch. So let me erase this. You guys got the point of this. Take profits at 127. Right, of the overall move. When you're doing the Fibonacci like that, you measure the extension over the overall move. Right, you're not measuring the full ABCD pattern. You're just measuring the overall move. The 127 is the take profit for the continuation of the trend. Okay, so do a trend line from down here, run it through, just like our other one. One, two, run it through. Got multiple taps right here. Alright, higher lows all the way through, higher lows, higher highs, and then it finally tops off, breaks the trend line, start going into a downtrend, breaks the low right here. So watch this, market structure, breaks the lows, there's a retest, there's possible entries for a short position. Boom. Notice how there's always a quick little spike at the end before they start dropping for real. There's a retest on the zone. right here of this market zone, right? This low. All right, let me run this 1618 a little bit. Extension, fatten it up a little bit. Right here, you can run a trend line through as well. It's a really ugly trend line because it's really slanted. So I'll try to do a trend line from here then. If it's too slanted, I'll just find another point. So 1, 2, run it through once again. Once it breaks through, possibly going back into an uptrend, we'll see. Probably not. Lows might get broken. Boom, lows get broken. Continuation down. All right. See it? Very simple. And then also trend lines, you can also do counter trend lines. So what are counter trend lines? Let's say you're in a downtrend, any trend line going up and that gets followed, that's a counter trend line. So let's say, see how we're in a downtrend? See this counter trend line right here? 0.1, 0.2, right? 0.1, 0.2 right here, run it through. See how price reacts to it, stayed above, and then when it finally breaks through, going back into a downtrend, it seems like, right? And then you see that high right here. There's a retest. There's a retest right there. Lower high, a little bit lower high. Boom. There's a drop. Lower high right here. Right here, boom. Slightly lower high right here. And then you get a lower high right here. Boom, finally the drop off. Lows get broken. Boom, another one. Lower high. Lower high. When these lows get broken, or one of these lows get broken, then we'll know we're going into an uptrend. Lower highs. Keep trending down, keep trending down. There, start going into an uptrend. Boom. Alright, so that's just some basic knowledge, guys. Counter trend lines are, look, let me show you right here. Go back to our starting point. Actually, right here, let's go back to our starting point right here. So this is a counter trend line. See how we're in an uptrend? Say I do a trend line going down like this. Do one like that. Do one like that. Boom. These are counter trend lines. See, it's an uptrend, and these are going down. Whenever these break, you're more likely to go back into trend. All right, very simple. These higher lows, you can also measure out your Fibonacci. Sure, it's the 38.2. All right, near the 50%. And this low, measure out the Fibonacci to that high. 50%, near the 50%. Okay, so hope you guys liked that video. A little bit market structure, a little bit Fibonacci. Hope you understood it. Run through the video again, guys. If you guys missed something, just quick little market structure video. Trend lines. All right, trend lines are a very important part of my trading. All you need is 2 points, run it through. You can do counter trend lines, you can do triangles, pennant formations, all that fun stuff with trend lines. All right. So the next video we'll probably be doing is channels. Peace out. On to the next.